that Seinfeld trivia.
Interesting start point.
Showed up. Middle spoon. Caught right. Table for 4. Where we all met out in the parking lot. And you could see everyone through the glass. Like they knew that we were the last group to show up. And they're all just like waiting because nothing would start until everyone was there. And we were joking around being like, I wonder if we'll get announced as we walk in. And sit down. Sure enough.
Lo and behold.
Cartwright, table for... Or he actually says, this group's name is Cartwright Table for 4.
But I was there, and we were actually sitting there for a little bit, and they seemed like they were still waiting.
I didn't hear anyone else get announced.
No, we were certainly the only ones to be announced.
Yeah.
But it seemed like they didn't think we were there, even though we were there, like good soldiers.
Yeah. Sitting at some low couches, some low tables around. They sent a...
Oh, she's never going to live this down, is she?
A waitress.
Name redacted.
Yeah. I don't... Only one of us would remember that name. It was a low table in her defense.
Yeah.
But I think weight distribution was a factor as well.
Yeah. It was the bomber mafia of drink shots here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what law of physics it was, but...
They sent her over to distract us.
Yes.
Poured beer all over Stu.
Yeah. And Stu's shoes. Yeah.
Drank that place out of Ricker's Red.
Yeah. Make you feel sleepy, all those records.
How'd you feel about how the trivia went?
It was good. I think we got like 30 out of 36. 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Down 2. Other people Googled the shit in the bathroom.
Yeah, fucking Schmoopy.
Yeah.
I was giving him a hard time. Schmoopy. He was going to the bathroom an awful lot.
Yeah. Weak bladder equals greater chances at winning.
I went into the bathroom. He had his shirt off.
He was really method.
Writing the answers on his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found out there was another Cartwright Table for 4.
Oh, well.
No wonder.
If you want to bring up...
Can't believe we even got a seat.
The second or third or fourth most embarrassing moment of the evening, go ahead.
Yeah. Was there any other embarrassing moments of the night?
I don't know. Like everything we ordered off of the secret Seinfeld menu seemed to be...
Yeah, I had a couple embarrassing moments actually.
Yeah.
Not only was I kept asking for a cinnamon babka, not realize no one told me in brackets it says we don't have the cinnamon. And
you didn't read the brackets. Who reads the brackets?
This is round 2.
Yeah.
This is round 2.
Oh yeah, when they're doing the answers.
He's reading the answers. That seemed very Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Something happened to Larry David.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of that awkwardness.
Yeah.
That's what we thrive on.
Yeah, exactly.
As a society.
Stack team. Nathan.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Stu.
Indeed.
Me.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
That's the biggest. I guess that makes Stu middle spoon.
Definitely in this scenario. Had a black and white cookie.
Mm-hmm. Seemed to get along well. I almost ruined my record on purpose. Just for a laugh. I thought that'd be too Banyan-like.
Some people owe each other soup from Mindy's, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's an argument about that. Someone gave someone an Armani suit. Yeah, I can't believe how that... this was all supposed to bring people together.
Yeah. The way they dovetailed.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's more Curb Your Enthusiasm than Seinfeld.
Oh, it was a scene, man.
Yeah.
And then...
no hugs, don't learn.
Stu. It's like, I just live up that way, even though he lives this way. And oh yeah, maybe I should drive. I'm driving, or what did he say? I'll just drive. Nathan got him home safe.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Everyone made it to work the next day. Oh yeah, Stu's the best line was, "I'll see y'all tomorrow." Well, most of you.
Truer things haven't been said.
Yeah. Gotta love old boy Stu. Glad that we brought him out.
Yeah. And he seemed to enjoy himself.
And the little...
Mark really pulled his weight. He was a good person to have on the team.
I knew he would be, man.
Yeah.
Him and Nathan have keen brains when it comes to the little details, and even better than me, being able to remember like dialogue very distinctly. But we partaked in the parking lot there, and then partaked on our way to the Paradigm, where we started watching some of the Norseman. That was pretty foggy. Must say.
Yeah.
Must say. We were promised that the first partakeage was going to put us to sleep, which it didn't.
Yeah.
The second one. Yeah.
That's nearly how I heard about the Norseman.
We dropped right to the end of the alphabet on that one. Caitlin came down, and you're sleeping in the chair, I'm sleeping on the floor. I wish she got a picture, man. That would have been perfect. How many seasons these guys got?
3. That's how many it shook out in.
Must be nice.
Biggest show in Norway at one point.
Don't you know?
Yeah. They would do 2 versions of it, one in Norwegian and in English.
Don't you know?
How far you go?
I found it funny that it was all in English, but they'd have subtitles for like the people that weren't speaking English. Do you know what this person's saying? Stuff like that. As misty as those first couple scenes or episodes were,
yeah,
I definitely got the gist of all the characters.
Mm-hmm.
You see Rufus.
Yeah.
How deep he goes before he starts on his way up. Get to know Arm and the
Arvid.
Arvid. What happens to Bumpy? Bumpy goes down, so someone has to take the throne.
Yeah.
Someone has to be the next Norwegian gangster.
The chieftain.
Yeah, the chieftain.
Yeah, this show, just want to preface with one of the main reasons decided to go with this one was as far as getting people to watch this
You don't gotta accentuate to me, pal.
This is up there on the hardest show to get people to watch.
Because it's
a challenge.
Okay, so let's just you want to have this conversation right out the gate.
Well, I just want to say how we got into it, because I actually followed a recommendation, and I was also on the fence and not going to watch it. The person who told me to watch it feels like I felt now.
Yeah.
Like you got a fallen inside of you.
Yeah.
Trying to get the message out.
Yeah.
She was like, you have to. And like so many times was like pleading with me.
Oh, yeah?
You got to go check out this show. I had no idea what I was in for as far as trying to get people to watch it. Like, I wouldn't be good at getting people to join a cult. That's for sure. And I don't know if I'm a poor salesman, but, it's the Norseman. The worst name.
Yeah.
Best name, really. But worst name as far as, like, there's Vikings out there.
Yeah.
There's, I don't know, the Northmen, which you should probably watch.
Yeah. All like Game of Thrones and
this. Like people.
There's a lot of medieval stuff based around Norse mythology. It's on the uprise.
I know, and some of it you're like with the Sons of Anarchy or Walking Dead for some people. It's like there's a certain cheese level that you're not really looking for, and so you'll tune out of it at some point. Yeah, I think people will have that kind of fear going into this show, but we want to dispel that a little bit.
Well, I definitely feel like it was, how did people take Monty Python for the first time?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially Holy Grail to fit the time.
There is comparisons to other shows that you can kind of make the argument for with this, like The Office maybe, which if somebody doesn't like The Office, that's an automatic turn off. Yeah. And then, I don't know.
Hate The Office.
But then you can get down the rabbit hole trying to say like Parks and Rec maybe, or like something that, like, it's not quite documentary style. It's not quite Trailer Park Boys. No. Like it brings a modern, interesting and minutia flavor to old Viking times. Yeah. And it's comedy. It's a lot of people can't even hear you when you say it's a comedy.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
Oh, I've also recently heard it.
I'm gonna have to try to trick Caitlin into watching.
Yeah, maybe if she checks out the show The Great by chance.
Yeah.
And I heard it recently, it drawn a comparison to that show. Your first couple bites of it. Yeah. What do you think? They're on a boat and immediately we meet Rufus. He's the very first guy pretty much, right?
Well, I
remember him or the chieftain.
I remember you actually showing me this scene.
Years ago?
Years ago. And so it was a nice, just like a refresher, like already knowing what's going on.
When my odyssey began.
Yeah. And him going around, Buddy steals his cape. Fucking like, what's he doing to it? Like pissing on it, or he's jerking off in it or something like that.
There's lots of great stuff you can do with the cape.
Yeah, exactly.
Normally I don't trust the guy with the cape, but Rufus.
Remember he escapes. And he finds, like, the villagers or whatever. And they're just like... Yeah, Rufus definitely has, like, one of the most interesting story arcs.
No, it's pretty great. And, like, right from the first couple of lines, kind of gets you hooked. As the chieftain's up there, maybe you see him first, but then, like, quickly after, you're seeing Rufus for the first time. He's got grievances already. Yeah. He's not sure what he's in for at all. Yeah. Can somebody tell me where we're going? Yeah. Yeah, the sanitary conditions on this boat are terrible. Communication is bad. Yeah. And the chieftain comes over and he's like, "What? You think it's bad?"
Yeah. And I love later on when they tell Orm, he's getting seasick.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, this is probably, a lot of people do that on their first raid. No, I've done many raids. Yeah. Like, why don't you just, whatever you do, don't focus on the horizon.
Yeah, it's the worst advice. Drink goat milk.
Yeah, warm goat milk.
And lay down in the middle of the boat.
And move opposite of how the boat moves. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Orm doesn't get much respect around here.
Especially from his wife.
Yeah. But
who is like Xena warrior princess.
Yeah. But you really get a taste for like how far they'll take something in the show early on with these guys doing the forgive me, I can't think of the word. It starts with an A, but where they don't want to become a burden to their families. The Astrup. Yeah. And they're like trying to figure out who's gonna jump off the cliffside first to their death.
Yeah.
These old guys.
No, not me. I was thinking that I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Yeah. What's the worst thing that's gonna happen to me if I don't do it? Yeah. One guy is like, I'm only 42 or 47 or something. It's not even old.
Yeah, that was good shit.
Yeah, and the guy conducting it is a slave. For me. What's his name? He's in a ton. Kark.
He starts working with Orvot. Like he's the one who has the master idea.
The guy with the little hat who becomes Rufus's roommate.
Yeah, but at the end he lives in the pig pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has the master plan at the end. I got an idea. In the woods with Arvad or whatever his name is.
Arvid.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
No, I kind of forget.
Because it was him, Orm, and Arvid that run away. When Jarl comes in. Jarl.
The bald guy?
Yeah. But... Okay, so don't let me skip ahead.
Oh, jumps right to the last second of it when they're escaping of the whole season.
What happens where Rufus ends up being on top? And is actually bossing people around.
Yeah, that's when they go on the raid.
Yeah.
And he puts them in charge with Skull Crusher.
Yeah. Bone Crusher, but he's a Skull Crusher for sure. Fucking Kids in the Hall style. Crush your head.
Yeah. He's making... Oh, my fuck. The first time seeing the thing that they make, the installation.
Yeah.
They make it the size of the picture.
Yeah, exactly. That was fucking awesome.
Oh, my God.
But even when he's telling his whole story and it's doing that annoying fade to black.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Over and over.
Yes, he's on his diatribe. They keep passing time.
And how Bone Crusher actually picks him up and moves him and puts him in someone's face and then will retract him.
Yeah, it is so funny because he doesn't have money to pay them.
Yeah. And Arvid's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's just where did she come from again?
So, yeah, just to take it way back here. There's so many little iconic moments here.
Yeah. I love how they talk about raping and pillaging as just honest work.
Yeah.
She's Vikings have the easiest job ever.
Yeah, they lean into the harsh parts of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't mention that during the Astrup or whatever, that you see the guts and stuff. This fucking splat.
Yeah, it's very midsummer.
Yeah. And they had this big plan. Arvid, he's one of the main guys.
Yeah.
And Orm is the chieftain's brother.
Yeah.
And Freya, his wife.
They fight for right hand man.
Yeah, she wears the pants in the relationship.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
She's Xena, yeah. Xena.
And then there's, the chieftain's wife.
And she's just always the chieftain's wife. Or she's the chieftain's wife, but then she ends up with Arvid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with all that to unpack, back to Rufus anyway. The thing that really got me hooked with this, I thought Orm was hilarious.
Yeah, Orm was great.
He's such a weird, wormy thing.
Rufus was killer.
God. What I want to say is when he tries to get his cape back, was I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Oh yeah, and I loaned my cape to a guy. Have you seen him around? And he's just nope, won't help him at all. And he is that's you. Can I have my cape back? Oh, this cape?
Yeah.
This is my cape.
That was a good character face too. That guy with the back of their heads are shaved.
Yeah. And
he just looked like a school bully or something.
Yeah, and oh man, I really want to just talk about the way he gets a little bit later on, but right now he's stern, a scary character kind of in it.
Yeah.
Intimidating rather, I should say.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's my cape, and he's oh, your cape has my family crest on it, and you're wearing it all wrong.
Yeah.
And you're going to get dirt on it. Oh, you don't like dirt?
Look at you.
Digs in his asshole. Yeah. And open your mouth.
Yeah, no, oh yeah, fuck.
and then he brings out the sword just to coax him into doing it. And then just the way he fishes around in his mouth just to make sure he gets it good. And then the little slap he gives him.
That scene got mystified for me. Fuck, I knew he did something gross.
Yeah.
But I thought it was to the cape. I forgot that.
And I thought
that was such a ready to rumble. Why does it look like you got your finger in your ass? Because I do. Idiot.
Yeah, just like the way he evolves, like when he wears his helmet with the horns on it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And he's like, it's called fashion. Yeah, it's all about taking chances.
Yeah, a helmet is just a helmet. But when you have horns on it, it's a story. It's fashion.
Yeah.
And then
tells a tale.
So classic, the subtlety of the line, horns on a helmet are never going to be popular.
Oh, yeah. So I want to jump back to, like, Arvid's first major scheme that gets cooked up with the chieftain there.
Yeah.
About how he can fulfill his life. Because he's feeling kind of lonely. Yeah. And they cook up this scene. They're all there having their, like, welcome home party. Yeah. And they have this successful farm guy who's there. And Arvid's just making the rounds about the table. He's like, oh, like, good to see you. You mind if I sit with you for a minute here? And he says, oh, do you still have that farm? That's going pretty good, isn't it?
This is when I started dozing off, I think. I do remember that scene. And he reads a poem that he wrote.
There's another scene with a bunch of poems. Yeah. But he's there. Basically, this guy is bigging up his life. And he's like, yeah, like, things are pretty grand. Yeah. I think I'm going to challenge you to an ohm gun. He's like, what? An ohm gun? Just like breaking down the rules. He's like, you have nothing, Arvid. And he's like, well, those are the rules. I've challenged you to an ohm gun. And then his fucking wife is so weird about it. She's just like, yeah, you know, like 95% of it is just, you know, having a positive attitude and...
Yeah. And that's where he gets the wife from?
Yeah. Because he goes through all the effort, goes out and gets a poison sword. Yeah. Like, there's a whole, like, his training montage in a way. Yeah, exactly. He's out there trying to get a way to actually win this thing. Yeah. And Arvid just cuts a full pig in half. And that was his practice. He's all done.
Deadliest Warrior style.
Yeah. And then when it comes down to the dueling time, there's this big speech. And then Arvid just slices him in half in 1 second. And then that's it. He's just got his whole life and he's just got more than he's bargained for with this lady. She's high maintenance and stuff.
Yeah. Later on.
Yeah.
Like, can you consider it a scratch if she has the itch?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, everybody watching.
I can't wait to get filled with power.
Yeah.
And it's so... Would you scratch her? Yeah, I just don't feel very clean.
Yeah.
And the other guy's like, oh, my wife would get all offended if I started scratching while I was on a business trip.
Yeah. This got really in my head.
Yeah, no. He can't even do it.
Yeah.
He's a pretty sinister character, though. I didn't see him coming. And even they have I brought a ginger with us. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. Pulling out the teeth.
Yeah. Arvid is pretty funny, though.
Yeah. No, Arvid's great. Oh, even they start doing some acting. I love that scene where Rufus is ripping everyone up. Like, he's the man now.
Yeah.
He's like, you're ugly. And he, Kark, I can feel him. I can feel, he's got the movement, the direction. So if a like Kark can do it, then you should be able to too.
And he is so funny, Kark. Like, first thing, like, he's almost sacrificed. Because Orm is just out there having heads lopped off, sacrificing to the gods to bring them home.
Yeah.
And he's just there, just trying to be like, you sure, like, the other two you didn't really do much? You sure it's going to take one more? Like, just saying.
Yeah.
And then he gets the brand to get off easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure that I didn't get off too easy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I do like that Kark character.
This is sweet.
Yeah.
His big head.
It's love living here, except for the smell. The smell's the worst part.
And friggin' Rufus getting buried up to his head, too.
Oh, he gets harried first.
Yeah.
Before he gets buried, he gets harried. I didn't know they tar and feather him back.
No, that's way later that he gets tarred and feathered.
After the digging? After he gets buried?
Yeah, he gets...
Does he get buried twice?
Yeah, after he runs away. Because he tries to run away.
And goes to the village people.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then the kid comes by and cracks him with the shovel.
Yeah. That was awesome. Yeah, I do remember that misty scene. Lots of mist in Norway. The middle spoon mist.
There's the whole thing, like the chieftain does encounter a little bit of retribution from the Rufus thing. Things kind of snowball. Gets put on his bed for a bit there, but his wife, trying to save his life, goes to see the spit guy. You remember him?
No.
He's got a bowl of spit, and she's like trying to see the future, but he's like, you gotta drink some spit.
Oh, fuck, I do remember that.
She's just like the chieftain's wife.
Yeah, that's gross.
Before the chieftain goes out, like, they're still out there raiding and stuff. Arvid is dealing with his new wife. He's trying to get, like, couples time in and stuff.
Yeah.
Stopping him from doing his raids and to do poetry.
He's trying to get a massage.
And it's like one of the weird times where you see Orm to have the like upper hand.
Yeah, that's a great poem you get there.
Yeah. Explaining poetry and eloquently saying what it's supposed to be and stuff.
Yeah, he's a weasel.
Assicle?
Yeah.
How'd you like that thing about the assicle? Doesn't everyone have the assicle?
Yeah.
You know, these chairs really hurt the assicle.
Yeah, I thought I had some other dialogue down, but they do have some really funny. Just the way that they talk in it is hilarious.
Oh yeah,
the way that they play with some words.
But that poetry session when he punches the lady for making too many jokes about a terrible poem.
Yeah, and that's when you see like Arvid is like a big softy. He's not like menacing like he like the main character would be in any other one of these shows, Vikings and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and you know what else was super funny was the cock necklace.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
From the monks that she scratched.
Yeah.
And he's like
trying to get her to take it off.
Yeah, he's like, it sets like an unrealistic expectation for a man's genital size. Like, now can you walk around with this thing? You'd constantly be tripping over it.
Like, I'm completely confident with me, but you're gonna mess up everyone on the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them are very self-confident, and if it's or not self-conscious.
Yeah.
And this could just be the thing that really pushes them over the edge. And
Yeah. And then later on, yeah, he ends up getting banged by one of the fucking other sides. And he's like, and then
he doesn't hate it.
He finds all the tent pegs. Those are tent pegs. And the first version of the Kama Sutra.
Yeah. He always finds a misuse for things.
He's like, that is not illegal. Because, if you're active, you are not doing anything illegal. So I've lost no honor.
Yeah, he does have a way with words and finding roundabout ways.
Well, it's funny because when I don't even know what you call the other guys, like Jarl and all those guys.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
But they're watching them from afar when they're doing the acting, planning their attack. I'm like, I just see 3 gorgeous women over there. So I think that guy thought he was banging a girl.
Yeah.
Gorgeous lady. But yeah, then Orm just sells them out right away.
When they go on their raid, the people that they raid...
I am going to cut Orm into tiny pieces. And that's why I brought this tiny little knife. Tiny knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people that they raid, like the hippies.
Yeah.
And then the girl.
You're the nicest man in the whole...
Yeah. Oh, my fuck.
All of Norway.
Yeah. And then the little girl beats the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah. And, fuck. I'm going to say, like, he fucks up so hard. Yeah. Goes to the west. Like, he's so, like, shitty like that. Like, oh, yeah, we got this great bounty, but, like, they weren't supposed to go there.
Yeah.
And, like, they're always doing the wrong thing. Like, when they send out the chieftain there with the map.
Yeah.
They come calling for the map.
Yeah.
Like, when it introduces new people, like, when you start seeing, well, I guess you probably do see a bit. What's the dude's name? The bald guy?
It's like Jarl, Harl.
No, not that one. The guy who comes
bully?
from... Huh?
The bully?
No. Comes from another place. The guy who comes looking for the map originally. The guy who he works for.
The one-eye guy. Yeah. Jarl or something. He's got like the tattoo on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's the name of the other guy who works for the Cape guy?
I don't know.
Oh. I thought maybe he was
his
Jarl
name.
or something.
No, Jarl's the guy with the crazy eye and the tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got all these little utensils. Everything he's doing is with these little teeny tiny things, like taking people's teeth out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tiny knives.
Right.
Tiny flaccid penis. Can't even get it up.
And like, I don't want to like spoil it, but like when it goes back to like the prequel in the 3rd season, like it really focuses on him and why he became a bad person.
Nice. I love it. Can't hear if that's the monitor or just fucking Caitlin watching TV.
I don't know.
But yeah, I can see myself watching season 2 and season 3. Season 3 is a prequel.
Yeah.
Fuck, maybe we got to do that.
Season 2 starts so funny too. Like, you're like, oh, is it gonna live up to it or something? But they're out there scratching and pillaging, and like Arvid is like, do you want to stop and get something to eat? Like, well, maybe we can go for a little bit longer before, and then maybe eat after. And I didn't finish the point about what's her name drinking the slop there. for the premonitions. And she's just like breaking it down like, I don't really understand why you would have to drink this to like questioning everything.
Yeah.
Was it in this season where they find a rune stick with a joke about Orm?
I remember talking about a rune stick, but I can't remember the joke or anything now.
They find a rune stick, and they don't say what the joke is the whole time. They're just like showing it to each other. You know what I mean? No. And it's so funny. Like you're seeing this rune stick, and the whole thing is based around trying to figure out who wrote what's on this rune stick. And he doesn't want anybody to see it, but he's got to show it to everybody. And he's like making people rewrite it so they can do like finger or handwriting analysis and figure out who it is. But it's just like, it's rune stick.
Yeah, that's definitely not in this season.
No, but won't break down like all about who becomes all chieftains and stuff, but just wanted to say some of the funny things about it. Was there some other standout moments that I'm not thinking of right now? I know there's a ton of them.
Well, I like that when the villagers, Arvid shows up with all the villagers, and he's like, who are all these people? And Orm says, everyone's in the cages. Loki knows who these people are. And it's funny when he gives himself up. And he gives the map, but again, it's the Karma Sutra.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, you coward! And he's like, oh, you'd do the same thing if you were me. You're just saying that because you're safe in the cage.
Oh my god. And he's shooting arrows, trying to light a pyre as somebody is floating out. And it's the way he's saying, like, has anybody tried to shoot an arrow with cold fingers? It's a very difficult thing to do, and if you ever did it, you would know that.
Yeah. It is funny. Doesn't get old hearing Orm like trying to sell himself, saying that, oh, I've done this, I've done that. And it's really just like, not about that life.
Yeah, it was a really long time ago. You probably don't even remember.
And Arvid's just like constantly showing that he's the one who should be leader, especially when he challenges Jarl to a duel. And I knew that guy was going to be a little whiny bitch sooner or later. Looks like he has the upper hand. He's going... just because Arvid wins the duel, spares his life, and then Orm comes in and is like trying to status battle, and Jarl comes up behind him. But then what's the wife's name? Orm's wife?
Freya.
Xena. Upcuts his hands off, but you can see that he's pulling a Tyson Fury. His hands are actually in the wrists of the gloves.
Oh yes. That's what Ngannou is afraid of, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you have to check everything,
yeah,
all right?
Exactly.
In boxing, it's the little thing.
It was clear as day in that one. It wasn't even slow-mo.
Yeah.
But I love that what they do with his hands. You got one is a spoon and the other one is sticks. So it resembles fingers, just very stiff fingers. Just how he's going away on the horse, like, I will seek revenge.
Yeah, everything with him is so hilarious after a while.
Oh, and they call him the Handless, which reminded me of Vikings. One of the most badass characters I've ever seen was Ivar the Boneless.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I guess it's a true thing that, like, his legs didn't work. Like, he was paraplegic. But back in those days, he would actually have to like drag himself around if people weren't picking him up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, there's no wheelchair.
Need to stay mobile.
Yeah. I thought that was one of the most interesting characters. Like, I only saw little bits and pieces of Vikings, but I don't know why I didn't go back and start it, because I always liked all the pieces that I did see. It always seemed like something intense was going on.
All right. Tune in next week for Vikings.
And then Orm and Rufus are both buried together, and that girl comes and pisses on them. And it's like all over
the way
Orm.
she...
You're sprinkling me. And then she like kind of pisses on the back of his head. He's like, I can't even turn away. And then Arvid's wife in the woods, psst, psst. It's like, what is this psst? It's like the oral equivalent of you pissing on me. And then they get away, setting up for season 2, I imagine. Mm-hmm. They're going to come back. Where was she in the boat when they were getting ascicle arrows? Flaming ascicle arrows.
You have to wait and see.
Well, we can start talking about season 2 now if you want.
Yeah.
Well, we can start talking about season 2 if you want.
Let's talk about a season 3.
Are they fucking with our emotions?
Come on.
No?
Oof.
Okay, so in season 2...
Go on. Go on.
So, see, I got nothing. I didn't watch season 2. Go on.
I demand.
Don't move. Don't breathe. Oh my god.
Percussive maintenance and silence does it.
I was just gonna crack the egg on season 2, Norseman. I think we might have just got picked up. I don't know if it's going to be a prequel, but we might have just got a season Trey.
Trey cool.
Bastard?
Don't do it.
Bastard?
No. It's not worth it.
Look at that little bastard. We got budget, baby.
All right.
They'll pay for this. This goes in the development fees. We're getting a good cut.
All right.
I'm doing it. Does this make you more comfortable? Yeah! We're gonna have to call Joey.
Yep. Come see who's gonna fill the chair.
We got a chair to spare. Probably shouldn't use that one though. We'll edit that in.
Yeah, we'll do nothing and like it.
There we go. Anything else you wanted to add?
No.
I got nothing.
I guess this is how you feel when you hit the top and you find out that you don't feel any different.
Enough to kill yourself. Well, I think we'll be able to make that work on air.
Oh. Now this is important. We have to make sure that we make less than $10 million so that we don't have to give our money to the government with the new bills out there. I don't know if you saw that, but
I'll try.
Yeah, so
Oh, here's the producers calling now. Look what time it is.
no, it isn't.
1:11.
I ain't even tired. I'm just excited. New third, I think. We got someone who might be able to handle things, right?
Man. Yeah. He's gonna take a jab.
Yeah, he's got big cups and he's never been put to sleep.
Never been knocked out, this guy.
Yeah.
We already had him on Wild at Heart.
Yeah. Found out he can stand toe to toe with the greatest.
Yeah. He's a champion. The people's champion.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think he'd be a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to bring his own chair. We're gonna have to retire that puppy.
Yeah, this one won't do. It'll be pushed aside and we're gonna move forward. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be a good fit.
Yeah.
Third amigo.
I feel good about this.
It's nothing but up from here. Shall we?
Basque?
Bastard.
Close enough.